Hey, what's going on, guys? Phil here. Welcome back to some breaking news. We've got the Shadowhawk 2C just made a splash. This is from July 16th of 2025, and we have a new mech, a new chassis. Pre-order is already up, and we'll go and dive into that. But first off, let me just sort of say, did not see this coming. Friendly reminder, we have a wide range of shirts and designs over at nogutsnog.net. Maybe you're looking for something for your next gaming convention. Maybe you're looking for when you and the buddies are playing on the weekends. Whatever it is, we have a wide selection of t-shirts and mugs, desk mats. So go check that out, nogutsnog.net, and grab one today. Or more if you want. You've been good. New chassis completely, and for those that don't know, again, the Shadowhawk 2C is a 45 tonner, not to be confused with a 55 tonner, or some of like the other mechs that are even big. I don't understand Battletech when it comes to changing them. Anyways, let's go ahead and dive in. First thing I want to go ahead and do is look at some of this artwork. Alec Iglesias, amazing, of course, always love seeing his Orthographics. That is what this is called. For those that don't know, this is actually what the artists use when they start doing the 3D modeling process. As far as front, side, and back profile, this allows them to get the proportions correctly and all the angles and so forth and so on. We have a little bit more artwork as well here. And of course, Hardpoint Hunch in the left torso here. Overall, I actually really dig the aesthetics here on the mech in general. I did not, again, expect this type of addition to the game. And we'll go ahead and talk about the hard points, but here's a little bit better colorized version of the artwork, and we'll be checking out some other stuff as well. I do have some comparison screenshots we can check out, and that's towards other mediums and or lights as well. So overall, I actually really dig the aesthetic. I think it's really cool. It's got a little bit of organicness. I don't know. It's sort of fitting. I think it, I will say this, it looks a lot better than the like Hunchback 2C. I feel like the Hunchback 2C and like the Orion 2C, even the Highlander 2C don't really have this treatment. I feel like they're very blocky, very just bulky. And this one actually looks pretty dope. So anyways, Alex, if you're listening to this, great job. And I do believe potentially Teos, if you were listening, you're going to be doing the 3D artwork, so 3D models. So I look forward to seeing that as well. And we'll go ahead and check out the comparisons really quick before we dive into the details. Okay, so the first screenshot, this was actually provided to me by Navid. So shout out Navid. I don't know who else provided it. This might have been on the Cauldron, but as you can see here, we have the lineup from 45 ton all the way up to, again, you know, 50 and behind, well, 45. Hellspawn, it sort of, again, it's smaller than I anticipated. And you also see how wide some mechs are, like the BJ, how tall the Hatchetman is, and how squat like the Shadowcat is. But overall, altogether, it sort of slots in. It looks a lot smaller to me. It's almost like a, it's almost like an Arctic cheetah in a way. I don't know how else. Also, very, very narrow hips. I don't know, comparatively to all the other ones. I don't know why that popped out to me, but I do have one other screenshot. As you can see here, it's just slightly taller than the Wolfhound. And you can see some of the other mechs behind here. Here's a Jenner 2C as well behind that you can't really see. So Incubus, and then the Wolfhound, and then we got the actual Jenner over here as well. So let's go ahead and take a look at the next screenshot, and this sort of gives you a better perspective as well when it compares to bigger. So again, here's the 45 tonner lineup across the board. A lot of 45 tonners. Okay, so this is the next screenshot. Again, sort of a little bit of perspective here because they're not exactly right next to each other, but you can see here Shadowhawk versus the now Shadowhawk 2C. It is a 45 tonner compared to a 55 tonner. Very different as far as aesthetic. Like I said, it's got this sort of roundness to a lot of it, and I sort of dig that. I think it's different. But anyways, let me know what you guys think of the aesthetic, what we have concept work, and then what we have in game. So again, I don't know if Teos did our 3D model. I'm assuming he did because he did the last one as well. So anyways, let me know what you guys think. Okay, so let's go and jump into the pre-order page. and it says spread your wings, Shadowhawk 2C. The hero mech is actually called the Dante. I like that for whatever reason, the Dante. Anyways, it ships September 16th, so this is only a few months away, specifically like 2 months away, and then we'll have it. So, of course, just like any pack, you've got the collector's pack that has the majority of the mechs here, 7 standard mechs. And then you have the special add-ons that you can do, which the special is the 30% C-Bell boost version of the just 2C here, which also includes all the other bonuses here, Warhorn standing item and hanging C-Bell item. And I believe here we can sort of see what we got. Again, Shadow Hawk with a hawk and symbol and the standing cockpit item. Again, a throwback a little bit to some mecha here. And then, of course, if you do the hero add-on, you can just take the base and then add this. You don't have to get the special. And of course, if you want the big kahuna, which is the ultimate pack, it basically comes with everything. So you also have that. So yeah, I think it's pretty standard fare. So let's go ahead and look at what you really care about. And that is the hard points. We have a lot of variants here. The 2C, 2, 4, 5, 6A, Bravo, and Dante. Keep in mind, we have no ECM and no mask variants. All of them have jump jets, or at least jump jet capability. This is a battle mech. It's a 2C. So yes, it may come with a standard here, but you can swap it out with a Clan XL. Doesn't really matter. All of them have Pharaoh and Indo. Not surprising there, considering only 14 crit spaces. And then again, max engine here, 355 across the board. That doesn't look like there's any changes. And so just sort of toss that out there. 355 would be quite extreme on said chassis, but let's go ahead and look at here. I'm gonna sort of bypass what they have stock, because at the end of the day, you're not gonna play a stock. Generally speaking, most of the time, if not all the time, you're just not gonna do it. You're just not gonna do it. Some of the jump jets are in the torso, whereas in these particular ones in the legs. Let's look at the hard points. This is really what you care about. Okay, so first up we have the 2C, which has a head energy, and if you sort of pay attention here, I'm thinking that's what's to the right of the cockpit here. And it would be right about here is where you can see the missile hard points are. The energy would be to the right of the cockpit as well, it looks like. Okay, so going back here, we have 1 energy, left arm, right arm, 1 energy, and then 2 missile in the torsos and 1 energy CT. The one thing that stands out to me is some of these other ones, like the Dante, that have 3 energy in the left torso, and then 3 missile in the right torso. The first thing that pops out to me is like Centurion 9A, and that has to do with zombie builds. For those that remember, being able to like lose the torso and you just keep going. The one thing, of course, we don't know here, and this is what we'll find out later on, is the quirks to some of these. You have an all energy in the 2, and again, Shadowhawk 2C2, with a total of 1, 2, 3, and then 5, 6, 7 energy hard points across the board. And then the next one is 2 energy in the arms. This is the 3 with 2 missile in the right torso. We just saw in that previous image too, where the right missile is up there on the top. So it looks like it's going to be pretty solid. And then 1 energy in the CT. Now, just sort of keep in mind here, AMS slots, we have 1 with 2 AMS, as well as 2 ballistics. What's interesting with this is it's clan tech, right? I mean, so 45 tonners, AP Gauss, plus plasma, 6 AP Gauss, I mean, that's the first thing that pops out to me, is seeing something like this, knowing, or 2 ER peeps, potentially with 6 AP Gauss, jump capable. It does come with plasma and AP Gauss, funny enough. I didn't even look at that. That's the first thing that pops out to my head, which is, again, that's the 5 here. So we have the 2, the 4, the 5. I think I said 3 on this. The 2 for the 4 or 5. Just another set of numbers I got to remember. I'm sure with you guys, like 900 plus variants, you're just like, oh yeah, it's that one. So the base, the 2, 4, 5, 6, Alpha, Bravo, and Dante. So yeah, on the 5 here, we have what I would assume is going to be plasma and AP. And really where your weight savings would go is not taking as many jump jets. I mean, you could take one jump jet and save, you know, what is that? Two, yeah, 2 tons, 2.5 tons, right? 4 or 5. Yeah, you could say 2.5 tons. So I don't know if you'd be doing ER peeps in AP, but because it's a 45 tonner and you're not locked in like an Omni, you potentially have like a Shadow Cat level flexible in the arms as well. And do we have, I don't know if we have Lorem actuators. I'm assuming we have Lorem actuators. So you'd have that flexibility in the arms as well. So you have that. Next up, and just to verify here, the 6, not to be confused with something else. The 6 here, we have energy in the head. The only ones I don't have that are these. Energy in the arm, ballistic energy. And again, with a 45 tonner, it really opens possibilities like, you know, medium pulse. It depends really on the quirks. If we're looking at here, medium pulse, we have a HAG 20. So probably some type of HAG quirk or ballistic quirk. You had ATMs over here as well. Again, I think what they'll do is, depending on the variant, sort of push it in one way. You can sort of see an LB10. I can sort of see like a spread quirk for something like this as well, or just a generic AC for this or something like that to sort of push it. But 3 ballistic in the left torso, 1 energy CT, a lot of energy, and then AMS and 1 energy as well. And then onto the A here. The A, again, missile in the cockpit area. So this is a total of 4 missile. Right torso, center torso, and head. Which nice with that is you could sort of see maybe an SRM4 build, maybe even SRM6 build with AP GOS or something. I mean, with 1 ballistic, you'd probably ignore that depending. I don't know. So again, something a little bit different here. And then again, with 4 missile, AMS, ballistic, and energy, supplemental, medium pulse, small pulse, heavy mediums, plasma. You never know. I mean, heck, you could probably do 2 plasmas plus, you know, SRMs. And then up we have the Bravo, and the Bravo again has that LB. So I wouldn't be surprised if you see some of these quirks, which we won't know until later, to sort of have a spread something here. Pretty simple ballistic setup here. I mean, missile, so 3 missile, which again, it was all going to be torso mounted, and 1 ballistic. I could see maybe just a straight ballistic, auto cannon. Yeah, it'd be interesting here. I mean, you'd think you'd probably wouldn't want to shoehorn it with, I mean, that's very little hard points as far as weapons. So, and again, you're only going to have 2 critical slots in the CT. So you will be limited to what you can do. So again, I sort of see a spread quirk here, because if you do a spread quirk, you could throw on, you know, 4, 6s or something like that, and make that work. So, yeah, and then the last here, and this is the Dante, the hero, Shadowhawk 2C. That is pictured right here. Okay, and again, this is the image here. This is the Dante. We have default large pulse, medium pulse, and then streaks. And this is, again, 3 energy, 3 missile, right torso, left torso, and that's it. So what do I take away from the torso mounts? I actually think the torso mounts are going to be really high based off of what I see with the artwork here. You can see the CT mounts, the missile mounts. So my assumption would be this is going to be an overall, if it's on the torso, it'll be a really good mount. If it's on the arms will be up here because they'll be actually like, you know, 90 degree. So you can sort of imagine 90 degree outward here angle. Not the highest, but they're also not going to be the lowest. I think they'll be above the waist, which will be good. So yeah, there's that. I mean, again, 3 SRM6 with Artemis, ATMs technically. I mean, you could do a bunch of stuff, but I see something like that happening. Large pulse, and depending on where on the right torso, left torso, depending on if the hard point, where they are on here, I'm assuming they're going to be up here. That could be definitely a ridge poker as well with the energy there. So overall, just sort of my my feedback, sort of thoughts on this. I did not see this coming. This begs the question, are we going to see this in one of the other games like Mercs? Now that Mercs is getting Clan Max, would we see something like this also pop off? We just don't know. It's not on the list, but you never know. Also, clans, any future DLC. We've already had, the Jags and the Ghost Bear. Would we see something like this, one of the other ones? Don't know. Aesthetically, I really dig it. I think it looks cool. As far as the overall dimensions, looks actually pretty small for a 45 tonner, all things considering. Quite narrow, quite compact. My initial impressions would be it probably is going to suffer from like legs, where just like the Shadowhawk and stuff like that, go for legs, Griffin, go for legs, something like that. But overall, in general, I think it's solid. The hardpoints, obviously clan mechs sort of suffer from, I would say, being more generic, but because this is, and I mean that just because of we don't have like snubs and light PPCs and standard PPCs and heavy PPCs and ER PPCs. We have plasma and ER peeps. This sort of does narrow. So really, I think when it comes to this, what I would need to know is the quirks that are going to be with this. But just based off of this, I mean, we sort of called it. I saw plasma and AP Goss here in this setup. You can see ATMs being used over here. So I suspect some of the quirks are going to give it a little bit of flavor. That way, you'll have some diversity as far as loadouts and builds that you'll see on this. Very interested to see. Let me know what you guys think in the comments, in YouTube comments. What would you do with the Dante here? What would you do with the, what is this, the 6? Or no, Bravo? Jeez, man, there's too many variants. Why couldn't you just go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and Dante? That would have been, oh my gosh, I got to remember numbers. Oh man, but yeah, let me know what you guys think. Is this going to be a instant buy? Are you pre-ordering it? Did you already pre-order it? Are you not going to pre-order it? Let me know why or what. Ships September 16th. And of course, it'll ship later on as far as the C-bill version as well. But is this something you're looking forward to? I know that some people are looking forward to the Phoenix Hawk 2C, but here nor there, we got the Shadowhawk 2C. And also, what does this mean for some of the other games? Are we going to get those? Again, that would be a Russ question he'd have to answer. But yeah, let me know. Are you going to purchase this? Is this something that you're interested in? Did you already pre-order it? Let me know down in the comments below. Speaking of, guys, don't forget, I do stream Monday through Friday. Schedule has been shifted to 6 p.m. Eastern to midnight. So if you guys didn't know, make sure to come over there as well. So I'll have links down below to my Kick as well, kick.com/NGNGTV and Twitch. TV/NGNGTV. I'll have all those links down below. And of course, if you're watching on YouTube, you already know I stream here as well. All three. But yeah, if you guys want to help support, pop on over to those streams. Again, I hope to see you guys there. And I'll see you on the next video. Until next time.